So let's spend a few minutes going over Catullus 51, which is the first Catullus poem in stage 45. All right. And here we go. It's 4 stanzas long. It's in a meter called Sapphic stanzas because this meter, it's a very Greek meter, and it's associated with the poetess Sappho, who lived on the island of Lesbos, which is why Catullus calls his girlfriend Lesbia after Sappho. So let's start off. Me is really mihi, and videator, that's the passive of video, videre, vidi, visus, to see. And the passive of video can mean be seen, but it can also mean seem. And that's how we're going to translate it here. All right, so that guy seems to me to be equal to a god. That guy seems to conquer, to overcome the gods. Si fas est. If it's okay to say that, right? If it is right to say that. The ancients are very nervous about saying that anyone equals or surpasses a god. Who, the antecedent is that illa, who sitting across from you, opposite you, again and again, sees you and hears you laughing sweetly. This ridentem there goes with te. Which, what's the antecedent of quod? It's this whole situation up here, right? Which, there's a way which steals all the senses from wretched me. This is what we'd call a dative of disadvantage, right? Just like I can give something to you in the dative, I can take something from you in the dative. For as soon as I have seen you, lesbia, so that's a vocative. Now, est super. The verb supersum means to continue to exist, to keep on being. So none, literally nothing of voice remains to me in my mouth. None of my voice remains in my mouth, but my tongue grows numb, and a thin flame drips under my limbs. In Sappho's original, because this is a translation of a famous Sappho poem, it's skin here, but a slender flame like drips under my limbs or down my limbs, and my ears ring with their own sound. Swapta is just a fancy version of suo. So my ears ring with their own sound, and my eyes, the noun lumen, it's neuter, third declension, like no man. Lumen basically means light, but sometimes it also gets used to mean eye. So my eyes are covered by a twin night. And now Catullus, at this point in the poem, Sappho starts to talk about how she seems to herself to be like not that far from dying. But Catullus breaks off his translation here and starts to address himself instead of Lesbia. So we have another vocative, Catulla. Okay. Leisure, Catulla, is a problem for you. Because of leisure, with leisure, you fling yourself around, you get too excited, you get excited, and you work yourself up too much. Nimium. Leisure has destroyed, and now we have this both and et. So leisure has destroyed both kings and blessed cities before this. What is he talking about? Um, I think that part of it is Latin poets very much associate otium with leisure to create poetry. So part of his problem is that he's sitting around translating Sappho instead of being a proper Roman man and devoting himself to negotium, the opposite of otium, which is business. What's this stuff about kings and cities? Might be talking, I think, about Troy, which famously the myths depict, Greek myths depict as having fallen in part because they were insufficiently warlike in the face of the Greeks. They were too cultured and therefore weak when the Greeks came along. Anyway, I hope that was helpful.